The Judge and the Foolish Prince.
In the prosperous kingdom of Olumori, nestled between the dense forests and flowing rivers of southwestern Nigeria, there reigned a wise and just king, King Olusola. His reign had brought peace and prosperity to the kingdom, and his people adored him. However, as the years passed, King Olusola grew older and he began to worry about the future of his kingdom. His only son, Prince Adeboyo, was young and full of ambition, but lacked the wisdom required to rule. One day, King Olusola called for his son to join him in his royal chamber, a room adorned with beautiful woven tapestries and the sweet smell of local incense. The prince entered, full of energy, eager to impress his father. "My son," said King Olusola, his voice filled with wisdom, "soon I will pass the mantle of leadership to you. But before that happens, I must be sure that you have the wisdom to rule. You're strong, but strength alone does not make a great king." Prince Adebayo, brimming with confidence, spoke eagerly, "Father, I am ready. I am strong, and I have the courage to lead our people to even greater heights." King Olusola smiled kindly, but his eyes were serious. "It is not enough to have strength and courage, my son. A king must also have wisdom, fairness, and ability to listen to his people. Therefore, I will send you on a journey to test these qualities. You will travel to the village of Arugun, where there is a great dispute. You must judge the dispute and decide who is right. Your decision will show me if you're truly ready to lead." The prince, eager to prove himself, nodded confidently, "I will make you proud, father." Prince Adebayo left the royal palace with his trusted guards, his heart filled with excitement and anticipation. The journey was long, winding through thick forests and over high hills. After several days of travel, they arrived in the village of Arugun, a peaceful village located by the edge of a river. The village was filled with tall palm trees, and the air smelled of fresh yam being roasted on open fires. The villagers greeted the prince with respectful bows, but there was an air of tension. Adebayo could sense that something was wrong. He made his way to the village square where the elders and the people had gathered. At the front stood two villagers. Ade, a strong and proud man with broad shoulders, and Amina, a wise woman known for her sharp mind and knowledge of the land. They stood before the prince, glaring at each other. The village elder, Baba Adebisi, stepped forward and bowed. "Your Highness, we welcome you to our village. We are troubled by a serious matter. Ade and Amina are in dispute over a piece of land. They both claim ownership of the same plot of fertile land. This disagreement has caused division amongst us, and we need your judgments." Prince Adebayo, eager to show his authority, spoke without hesitation. "I am here to solve this problem. The one who can prove his strength by carrying the most stones from the river shall be the rightful owner of the land." The villagers looked uneasy, but Adebayo's prideful gaze swept over them. Ade, knowing the prince's temper, stepped forward confidently, while Amina remained calm but skeptical. Baba Adebisi, worried about the rash judgment, spoke gently. "Your Highness, strength is not the only measure of who should own the land. We must think carefully." But Prince Adebayo, dismissing the elder's words, waved his hand. "Enough! Strength will determine the owner of this land. Let the contest begin." The villagers led Ade and Amina to the riverbank, where large stones lay in piles. Ade, filled with confidence and strength, began to load the stones onto his back, carrying them with ease, while the villagers cheered as he moved quickly. Amina, however, took a more measured approach. She moved slowly, carefully selecting similar stones and stacking them in a balanced manner, ensuring that her load was stable. Her eyes were focused on the task and she did not hurry. The competition went on for hours. Ade continued to pack the stones on his back. Growing more and more exhausted, he worked without pause and his breath heavy but determined. Amina, on the other hand, took her time, picking up smaller loads but never overburdening herself. As the sun began to set, Ade stood proudly, his back heavy with stones. Amina, meanwhile, had placed her last stone on her back and slowly made her way back to the village. When both reached the village square, Prince Adebayo was ready to declare Ade the winner, for he had carried more stones. But before he could speak, Baba Adebisi stepped forward. "Your Highness," Baba Adebisi said, his voice calm but firm, "you have judged based on strength alone, but have you considered the wisdom of the land itself?" Prince Adebayo frowned. "What do you mean, Baba?" "The land is not like a load of stone," Baba Adebisi explained. "It cannot be measured by strength alone. The true owner of the land is the one who understands it, who has cared for it, and who knows how to use it wisely." Amina, standing quietly before the prince, spoke. "I have tendered to the land. I know its rhythm, its seasons, and its needs. I did not rush, for I understand that the land must be cared for gently, not just fought for with brute force." Prince Adebayo stood in silence, realizing that Amina's words carried great truth. His judgment had been shallow, and he had failed to see the deeper wisdom of the land. As night fell over the village, Prince Adebayo sat beneath a large mango tree, deep in thoughts. Baba Adebisi joined him, and the prince looked up at the elder, humbled by the day's events. "Baba," Prince Adebayo said softly, "I see now that strength is not enough to rule. Wisdom and fairness are what truly matter. A king must listen, understand, and make decisions that are just, not based on power alone." Baba Adebisi smiled and nodded. "Your Highness, this is the lesson of true leadership. A great leader must have the strength to protect his people, but he must also have the wisdom to guide them." The prince turned to Amina, who was standing nearby watching gently. "Amina, you're the rightful owner of the land," he said, his voice full of respect. "You have shown great wisdom, and I will ensure that your land is yours by right." The villagers cheered, and Amina smiled, her face filled with gratitude. Prince Adebayo's heart swelled, not with pride, but with a newfound understanding of leadership. Prince Adebayo returned to the royal palace days later, his heart transformed. He approached his father, King Olusola, who was waiting for him in the royal courtyard. "My son," the king said, a knowing smile on his face, "I see that you've learned the true meaning of leadership." Prince Adebayo bowed respectfully, his voice sincere. "Father, I have learned that wisdom is more powerful than strength. A king must rule with fairness and listen to his people. I understand now." King Olusola nodded in approval. "You have passed the tests. Adebayo, you are ready to rule with wisdom, and kingdom will thrive under your guidance." And so, Prince Adebayo ascended the throne not only as a strong king, but as a wise and just ruler respected by all.